About a month ago, I became aware of a channel called The Final Experiment, where this channel is hoping to get two groups of people, flat earthers and globers, to go to Antarctica, I believe in December, in the search for the 24-hour sun, which globe believers are clinging onto as some sort of last hope to prove their globe earth theory to be a reality. Nothing in the sky, lads, nothing in the sky will ever refute demonstrable reality, the practical references we can test and verify for ourselves. But what's been incredibly revealing here is the globe believers' desperation and attempts to try and misrepresent me by putting me in the mix of this final experiment, attaching straw man maps and models to me that have never been my claims, and also claims regarding the sun and what it does in the south. Again, I've never stated regarding the sun what it does in the south. Who cares if there's a 24-hour circling sun in the south? I don't. Doesn't refute anything I've ever said. Oh, remember, I'm a demonstrable realist. The reason I choose this route and not to use the words flat earth is because the words flat earth are loaded and propagandized, and I won't have loaded terms associated with me that come with lots of baggage that isn't my claims, which is why I've gone the demonstrable realist route. I've only ever stood by practical references we can test and verify for ourselves anyway. But I thought I'm going to put an end to the use of loaded words and misrepresentations on me by ditching the words flat earth and simply sticking to what I really am, a demonstrable realist. That's all I need to be to prove the globe is impossible. But it would seem the globies are on damage control here, desperately pushing this final experiment. And what makes it worse, we've got flat earth characters online seemingly speaking for everyone, when clearly and obviously not everyone believes the tosh that's being pushed by certain characters. Look.
If the thing happened at the South Pole and the 24-hour sun was seen, would that convince you the Earth was a globe?
Yeah, it would be a major problem for flat Earth for sure. I've said that on record 100 times.
Okay, no, I was just wondering. Do you think that is the position of the majority of flat earthers?
Yeah.
And people wonder why I don't use the words flat earth. No, Whitset, that's not the position of a majority of people. I know lots of people who make no claims about Antarctica and lights in the sky. Do you know why? Because they haven't been there. And even if they did go there and there was some circling sun for 24 hours in December, it doesn't debunk demonstrable reality, does it? No. What it does debunk is your straw man maps and models that have been pushed by the mainstream and certain FV characters online. You got this character now, Whitset, claiming that all flat earthers are on board and it'll be a problem for the flat earth if this sun is circling in Antarctica for 24 hours. Well, I'm not a flat earther, I'm a demonstrable realist, and it's no problem for the demonstrable reality, mate. Whatever goes on in the sky is not going to make tower cranes on a spinning ball a reality. It's not going to make fucking air pressure systems be able to reside next to a vacuum without solid separation. And it's not going to make water, large standing bodies of water, suddenly have the ability to display convexity upon its surface. Gravity, the way reality presents itself, that's been termed gravity, that doesn't help, because that can be overcome by a gentle breeze. Therefore, it makes it, well, it doesn't help, it just makes it worse. So we've got these people claiming a result. I'm starting to think perhaps there is a 24-hour sun circling in Antarctica. And this has been a big setup all along. I kind of had tremors about a year and a half ago, which is why I stopped using the words flat earth. I've always used them because they get an emotional response. Or sort of, people certainly respond in an emotional fashion to those words and have all sorts of knee-jerk reactions. I used to use those words to trigger and highlight people's behaviour and the misrepresentations attached to that. I decided a long time ago now not to stop doing that, just to simply stick to demonstrable reality. It hits home a lot harder and you're left with no slop. Just simply demonstrable truths. And you can't get gaslit by online characters or globe believers. All they'll do is end up lying and misrepresenting, and as a result exposing themselves. So who cares if the sun circles for 24 hours in December in Antarctica? Doesn't change the results of demonstrable reality, so it makes no difference whatsoever to me. It might burn a few flat earthers who've made silly claims that they haven't had a chance to test and verify for themselves. It'll hurt them. It'll hurt people who've essentially chosen a map without testing and verifying it. It might hurt them as well. But it ain't going to do any damage to a demonstrable realist. No. What happens in the sky, happens in the sky. And I don't care. Because it doesn't change the fact the globe's impossible. So keep pushing your propaganda. Keep pushing your FE characters out here to push things that, quite frankly, are absurd. I'm seeing a very, very crafty big game here at play. And I've just exposed all of it by simply standing by what is. Don't need to say a word. Just cite practical references which prove the globe's impossible. I don't need to entertain maps, models, or make claims about places I haven't been, or things that have no relevance regarding the tests we can all verify for ourselves. Crazy times, desperate times, very telling times. Have a good one, everyone.